Hey guys, episode 5 of HUGTTO PRECURE is out and it was Cure Etoile's debut. Again, another amazing episode. Not so good as episode 4 in my opinion, but it was still a very good episode. So in this episode we had the opening of Beauty Harry, and it's interesting because Harry is really being the comical part of HUGTTO and it's really working. In lots of parts in this episode we had Harry being the comic relief, and he's the perfect character for that, especially because he's very beautiful. And he's so extra at the way he put up the store and the decoration and everything. It was so out of place and it was obviously not going to work, but Homare was the one who really picked it up and really brought new life to the store with a new decoration and rebuilding of the place. And Beauty Harry was a big success. And it's interesting because we didn't really see how they were able to use the cure pad. The cure pad has another name that I forgot, and I didn't understand how they used the cure pad to promote the store, and lots of people were knowing about it and they were after the store, and it ended up being a very beautiful success, a very big success, sorry. And the store, the opening was kind of important because it brought us an item that is probably going to be important for the season in a way, which was the heart tambourine. I mean, it was only called a tambourine, but it's a heart-shaped tambourine. And it's interesting because it's pink, but it has other 4 colors in it, which are blue and yellow, red and purple. Red and purple, cure amour and macheri probably. We don't know, but I think that it has something to do with the colors of the cures. Anyways, this episode was important because we were able to know more about Homare, and she was able to fuse more into the group and feel part of the trio. And I think that was the key part of the whole episode and the whole reason she was able to become Cure Etoile. So, Homare, we saw her skating as a child. We saw that she was very talented and all, but after the jump, she couldn't recover. She couldn't jump anymore, and she didn't land all her jumps. And we even had a dramatic moment of her cutting her own hair. She had long, beautiful hair, and she cut it out. I think it was a way of dealing with her trauma. I don't know, but I think it was kind of a way to deal with the fact that she wasn't able to reach it anymore. It was a way to try to enter into a new phase of her life. And because sometimes people do it, right? When people have like big breakouts, like maybe a big break up with someone, or they're trying out a new job, they're trying something new in their lives, they cut their hair to try to bring a freshness to their lives. And I think that's why she did that. I actually think that's why she cut her own hair like that. And we had lots of nice moments between Homane and the girls. We had like that special moment in which they took a selfie together. I thought it was really cute, and although it wasn't an impactful moment, I feel like that was kind of a translation to what was really going on between the 3 of them, like the three of them actually getting together and becoming kind of a family, a sisterhood maybe. And while the girls were trying to reach out for Homare and reach out for her and root for her, she wasn't able to receive that, and she ran away. But I think that the strangest thing about that was that she ran away with HUGTTO. She kept on hugging, she left HUGTTO with her. I mean, that felt a little out of place since Homare isn't really a cure yet. And I mean, Harry would let her do that. I don't know. I think it felt really strange, and I don't know why she did that. I mean, I know that she had the intention of coming back, but I don't know. It didn't really work out well. But let's just be chronological. We had a nice moment with the villains. Charlie had his last resort in this episode, and he had a plan. And his plan was to attack Homare because he saw what happened to her in the last episode. So, an interesting choice by a villain, I think. But together with that, we were able to see a little bit more of other villains, and I'm very excited to see all of them, to meet all of them. And Lulu actually talked and exposed Charlie for what he did. And I don't know. I don't see any personality in Lulu right now, and since she is an android, it seems that she's an android. I don't think she will have much personality, at least at this start of the series. So I don't know. I just like how she speaks, like in a very methodic, robotic way. I like that, and Yukari Tamura is doing a great job. Even though she has few lines, they are very characteristic of her character, and I really like that. Homare had a little moment with Hana and Taya, who went after her. It was a very beautiful talk. It felt very heartfelt. To me, it felt very emotional because they were able to reach out to Homare, and Homare, while still struggling with her own drama, with her own trauma, she was able to understand what the girls were going through and what the girls saw in her. And I think that one of the things Saya said was really impactful, which was, there are things we can do that you can't do, but there are lots of things that you can do that we can't do. So together we become stronger. We become a greater group. And I think that's totally true for life in general. You know, differences, they can bring us together and it can make us better as humans. And so that was very nice. Another thing that I really liked about their interaction was the idea that Homare sees Hana as someone who has lots of characteristics to admire. And that's the same way Hana sees Homare. You know, they see good in each other, and they admire what they admire is in the other one. And it's interesting because, you know, being friends right now, they can exchange this and they can learn how to be more like the other one. That's also another thing that I really loved. And it's interesting to see Hana being admired for being who she is, because it seems that it's something that is not recurrent in her life. So it's a good thing for Hana, I think, as a character. I really liked seeing that. So then Charlie attacked Homare, he captured her, he transformed her into the monster of the week, and it was very interesting because her negative wave transformed into a monster with her ponytail and with skating shoes, because those are the characteristics of Homare. So another thing that I was very annoyed was with Anje. Cure Anje can't, it seems that she can't fight by herself without using Heart Feather, and Heart Feather is already a move that is good for nothing. I mean, it has no impact in a fight whatsoever. I mean, it can't defend anything. Interesting, because Hana can defend with her hand, like in a stronger way than Heart Feather. Curiel can defend herself in a strong way than Cure Anje can. I mean, what's the reason of having a defensive attack if you can't defend anything? That looks really stupid. And the direction part of the anime, especially the fighting director, I don't know who's directing the fights, but it looks really dumb. Really, really dumb. But anyway, the girls were not able to stop the monster. They were able to keep it a little bit there, but they weren't able to do that. Homare was seeing that, and together with Hugton, the Midai Crystal was there for her. She was able to jump and catch it and become Cure et al. Great transformation. I love Cure et al.'s transformation, and I love how mature she becomes. And you know, she still reminds me of Britney Spears with her toxic costume. It's just an orange version of the toxic costume, but she still has the toxic blue in some parts of her costume. And I don't know, why didn't people put toxic in the background of her fight? I mean, because now we had a fight in which we had a music background. We had the opening playing. It kind of reminded me a little bit of HUGTTO PRECURE, because in some HUGTTO fights we had specific character songs in the background, and I missed that. I mean, why aren't they putting more character songs that added such life to HUGTTO, and I really liked that. But anyway, so the fight was very simple. We had her attack, Heart Star, which was also boring. It was very beautiful, but boring. Again, not being able to defeat the monster, and she even said, I want to defeat the monster. Sorry, Etoile, you didn't defeat the monster. But it was nice seeing the girls root for her and support her so that she was able to jump very high and do an amazing kick on the monster. I really liked that, and it was very important for Homare Etoile as a character. So yeah, that was amazing. So Hana was the one to defeat the monster. Boring, boring, boring again. I really hope that this particular thing gets changed in the future episodes in which they're gonna have the Mirai sword, the Melody sword, because they're probably gonna have stronger powers, and I hope that they are able to defeat the monsters. That's what happened in Fresh Precure. The girls, apart from Peach, who was the main pink cure, they weren't able to defeat the monsters with their own attacks at the start. But when they got the stick, I don't remember the name of the stick in Fresh. In Fresh, they had their individual attacks. They were very beautiful and very powerful, and they were able to do that. Anyway, great episode. The last scene together when they were talking and things scenes that they really connected. I loved that, and I really liked how things ended between the three girls. I think they're gonna be great friends, and I really hope for that. Next episode, Hana's father is gonna appear. Oh my god! And a new villain is also going to attack the girls. I'm really waiting for that. I think that she is gonna be one of my favorites of this season. I love those diva villains, and she's gonna attack them next episode. So I'm very excited for that. And that's all. Please leave your comment with your things, your focuses, your opinions on episode 5, and let's talk about Cure et al.'s debut. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.